Hey friends, ready to think together? All right. I wanted to take that time to explain to you sin and the huge lie from our enemy and even our own selves and our own flesh, because we want to do what's right in our own eyes. It is all about me, myself, and I, just like our enemy who we're going to be discussing here in the near future. But I want to prepare you to understand, because I think you can, if you do this, you can understand the tactics of the enemy. Look at it this way. If a football team or a baseball team knew the enemy's tactics and their habits, they'd be able to combat that and probably come out victorious. My friends, through this thing called life, we must understand our enemy. We must first understand and put on the reality, whether we like it or not, our standing before a holy, righteous, and just God. It's not good enough. And one sin, because you're born into original sin, and usually by the age of 5, when you understand the first time you said no to your mom or to your dad and you rebelled and they said it's bedtime or time to take a bath and they said no, you have just broken the 10 commandments of not honoring your mother and your father. Or the first time you stole that piece of candy or whatever, only that one sin. That's what separates you from God. And when you stand before him, and if you think you're good enough to get there and to go into heaven, you're trying to come another way. There's only one road that leads to heaven, and it is found in Jesus Christ. Our enemy knows this. And it is hard. But there's hope. Because it's not about you. It's not about me. It's not about a checkoff list. It's not about how I work. It's not about how many prayers I say or chant or how many times I go to church or mass or whatever it may be. It has nothing to do with that. It has everything to do with your relationship with your Father, if you're a believer. And my friends, if you do not have a father, if you grew up without one, I've been there. You have a heavenly Father who loves you. He wants a relationship with you. He's taking the time in this thing called the Holy Bible to reveal himself so you can find him, so you can sit on his lap as you would a parent and learn from him. Or sometimes just to have him hold you or have him love you. And our enemy doesn't want you to know this. We're going to find out more about him as we can find out about the curse and what happened to Adam and Eve because of their actions and because of sin and because it's shown us that outside of God, that's what man is going to do, is rebel against God. What will happen if we reject God? What will happen if we rebel against God? It is an eternal destruction. My friend, you need to think about this. You are going to live forever. When you breathe your last breath, you will step into eternity. There's only one illustration I think that I can give that we can all understand what eternity is going to be like. Let's say you're 10 years old. That's 1 second. Let's say you're 30 years old. That's 3 seconds. Let's say you're 80 years old. That's 8 seconds. Is that 10 seconds? Is that 30 seconds? Is that 8 seconds of living the way you wanted to in rebellion against God worth it? My friends, if you leave this earth without Jesus Christ, there is no hope. There is no second chance. There is no such thing as reincarnation. There is no such thing as purgatory. There is no such thing as another chance. What you do and where you spend eternity depends on what you do with Jesus Christ. Next week, we're going to get right back into Adam and Eve and the consequences of their actions and helping put some gumballs in that gumball machine called the brain to help you understand our enemy's tactics, and what to expect and the mindset of being able to get through it. See you guys next week or next time. Love you.